Technologies we cannot teach in internet. That's also a big problem. You know.
Okay, we've been on. It says it's broadcasting right now. We just got on about 30 seconds. Try again and then tell me next time. Okay. I don't have the stream guys number, but no, they don't. I'm telling you, I've used the same exact settings for the last 9 months. It's the same settings as I always use. I went back to our old software. So if there's something wrong, then it's that.
Seems okay?
But other people, someone else called and they said, we're also getting it in our computer in the back room here, the testing. We're getting it okay. We are getting it. We have another computer here and it's getting it fine. You guys still
How are
are
you?
on? Maybe log off and try
You
again.
see, this one is I need.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody see you.
Okay.
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 Remember
if we should
Every-
log the computer off because
Nice again.
your connection makes it that much slower. We got you.
Yeah.
We really are going to have a teaching on the shrine today. We really are.
Kare? Rogan duge?
Yeah, I kongu droga or jamba droga or mo droga mando.
Mosu.
Susan,
Yakpo rogan duge?
droga mando.
Gogan duge? Da gogan duge?
He's wondering if people can hear.
Yakpo sarbo gogan duge?
So how labor yak touches that what you mando in the droga do?
Zuk di tiri fiore.
Zuk rigeore. Come to Rico.
Okay, tani duge.
Okay, so I guess we'll just start
Okay, that's so okay.
because otherwise.
No problem. I'm going to start, okay? And so first I say hello to everybody. And then tonight I'm going to teach Shuan this meaning or how to do, how you this offering meanings and also representation meanings. So everything is I'm going to teach. Okay, thank you. Tanikar, tangatsu tani 다 Sanskrit katto tani ngatu kinkur tani mandala chipate tani kinkur kama tani zekiore Sanskrit katto tere tipshir nana tani kinkur chipati ton tse giruna kare ke ton dagre zenana kinkur la tenina when di ngubo kinkur ku shi ngubo la tenina nang nyamling ke tani nang la nyamling ke nyabo ra ge yo pa chigla na kinkur ze kyore wa tani na tham kan chigla kinkur ze tipshir nana tani ngatu tani kinkur chembo ha lipa yore tani pe matipi gipa tani chembo tani tam sonton mabochen
Lafayette. Uh-huh. 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 Really? And you're still not getting a feed? Okay. 877-287-2938. But you guys really, I'm telling you, I put it on my preset, the whole thing. 287-29. He's seeing different settings for me. It's probably because we have that other program software on there or something. Okay, so are you guys still not on? You're not on, and they think it's because of our settings. Okay. Okay, I'll call you back in a second. Bye. the stream guys are seeing different settings than we normally do, and they're still not able to get on.
Oh.
Some people are though. So
1 year we had problem one time, and I think theater. One time we had problem because the internet is not so good. That time we quit one time only. Otherwise, all the time very good.
Okay, I'll talk to you. I gotta go because I gotta call the train guys. Just stick in there. Okay.
I know. So,
We just put it on our preset.
They want to take over.
Should be fine. You did? Yeah, it was fine.
camera ke kyun mara be paloma. I think a camera.
Hello, this is Paloma from the Consecration account. Hi, who am I speaking with tonight? Okay, so apparently, I don't know who was talking to Susan, but she said that you guys thought that we were logged on in different settings tonight. Yeah, you know what we did? Sorry, I think it's our earlier phone. What we did was we tried to use those settings today, and I think there's something wrong with that software. It's giving us awful feedback. So as soon as we tried it on several different things, and because we're at the streaming time, we just need to go with the teaching. So I went back to our QuickTime broadcaster, and I just put it on preset. So right now we're on the same settings that we've been using for the last 6 months on QuickTime broadcaster. But she didn't know, because today we're in a different location than she's at, and so usually she's like the head on all the stuff, but she didn't know that when you were staying around the same settings that we were talking about what you were working with earlier today. Yeah, so now we're back on our broadcast. Is it okay? Some people called and said it's sort of okay that it's breaking a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was set just like I think it's just new software. I'm kind of worried about that software. I'll deal with that later. I'm just going to go with the QuickTime for today. Oh, and then you can get a refund. That's nice. We registered it because otherwise it has these watermarks on it. And then it keeps on going, this is a wireless broadcaster between all your things. So we didn't want to go to the teaching like that. But we'll deal with that later. Mostly I've got about 100 or 200 people sitting around waiting for us. So I'm going to go back. So just so you know, we're on the QuickTime broadcaster settings. And if you guys are getting it, I don't know why Susan isn't. I know that a couple other people said they're getting it. It's not a great picture. What's sound? Yeah.
今天你的
I don't know why, because we've got really
今天你听懂了吗？
and then with our camera
真的
project system that we were on.
真的
Yeah.
谁说的？哦
Oh yeah, we do that every time before we do it. Our speed here
Oh.
is okay. Yeah.
哦 very
Okay.
good.
Okay.
啊？哦
Okay, thank you. Okay, great. Oh, okay, bye. How do I get to see what, I'm going to call Susan back. How do I get to the previous?
No, Santa Fe. That's
It's right
I
here.
did. I said that. Now I remember. I wrong city. Yeah.
So, oh, I'm sure she has the right link because she sent it to us. I'm going to, we just need to go ahead. Well, he told Susan that it was different settings.
好好好。
Hello, Susan.
Okay.
This is Paloma. We're just
没有
going
关
to
系。
go with it that when he meant different settings, he was talking about then the settings of our new program software that we had this morning that we were trying out that we decided not to try out tonight. So we're back on broadcasting on our broadcast, and it's the same settings as we've always used, and he's aware of that. And he said he made the bandwidth a little more, etc. So people should be getting it. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Oh.
가까이 놓으면.
Chuk Shembo Manzi Tiring Yortangani Teta Mamboche, I charge you do the Niche Mason, turning on to Teta Mamboche to Machon. So that dendrede.
다 가면.
Drogere. Yagirna,
다다 지마 졸람 캔슬.
the Jema nga console. Just stream guys ki nga console like HSH.
어.
Okay, so I'm just going to assume that we're going. And so Rinpoche said, when we talk about a shrine, then the word in Sanskrit is actually traditionally mandala, and in Tibetan, kielkor. And the meaning of mandala is that we use an outer support that by relying upon that, we are able to access the essential practice within our own mind. And so that's the meaning of mandala, that the use of that outer support to access that inner practice within ourselves. And so when we say shrine, we're talking about an outer mandala that we rely upon as a means to practice. And some mandalas are very, very elaborate and have a huge symbolic meaning and are put together with great elaboration. Lasso?
Tani shi tani kinkor jipate phagi tani nga chu zi mikam thoya yo pa tani ki tani te zekhe ore kinkor te wonjang tani nangkar kinkor jipsha de kangla zekhe ore zenana tani samchen thamji ki sem ki ni lup tani deur shakpa nyangbo tela mandali danju khore kare re zenana tani chu thamji ki ni lup thartuk ba tani nyangbo tawote tani nga chu sem ki ramjin thoma me pitu ni hanchi ki churki yopi tani dekshak nyangbo jipsha ta timangla tani zekhe ore tela tani nang mandala aze ti phirna tani psi mandala da nang mandala ga ni ore nga chu tomom chan terang shaya te tani psi mandala ji pa da nga chu ta te phya khe ore ten tani da nyamlen phet pir ni kam na ne khan to ne kyang na tani kinkhor tela ten ni ne nyamlen ma ki pa rang ge jul la ket par phe pa ta na ki ba manyam ba ko ni kon to phero phet pa la ne tani phantok tani gyachem boy ore phantok pe chem bore tani da kinkhor ji pa tela tani 창고와 대피르당 나초 kinkhor ngoman rawo yinna na kinkhor zeni korang hang tadni yari khang rawo chik tadni tani shilugla kinkhor ko shilugla yopi de shilugla yari khang chik tadni na orgo bji yong kan tani korang yari khang ngoman rawo chik ngachu tani tadni kinkhor kana la tani kinkor zena tani bzo khore tani ti nangla dan che tang tham che dio pa ti nangla tani chosham tham che yakpo chik tani vjek yong kan tani chik tani nga so kin khor zeni tani yore a mixer ke tani chik drim chot tang drim chen la so pa tham che ke nyamnen tang na yang na kang so ger ke tani rana so son samlan du khni kap ke nyamnen kin khor la tani nyamnen china halipa ke tani de nuba chembo yore ti nang ni mudup ke nyangbo ra wo chik tani nga so tela teni ne rang sem kana la tani mudup ke nyangbo tani tsowo chik tani top top khayore deep shenna tani kin khor de kar chembo yim bi gemsan tani de yenna yang nga chu gember ke ta nga chu shwan zenam choshim ze khyoren de la kin khor ngoma shenna yo mar de la chi yo mar ta yenna ta tham chek ke ti chi rana so su tani nangla ne choshim ti chi sham khayore tani deep sham thang kor te song i terang ta so ti kor la lab gore che nga chu gember ke pesho tang khayo pa ti kor te
So when we talk about a mandala, the outer mandala, we're talking about something that is made of of substances that we can perceive, that we can see, and so forth. While what it correlates with, the inner mandala, is of the nature of minds of sentient beings, the timeless nature of mind, the Buddha nature that is our essence. That too is called mandala. And that innate nature, the true nature of all phenomena, as it is the ultimate meaning of mandala. And this is the nature of our mind as it has been since beginningless time, the timeless nature that is always present as our mind, that we refer to as Buddha nature. So that is the inner mandala. In this way we have the outer mandala and we have the inner mandala. Tonight, Rinpoche said, I'm teaching primarily on the outer mandala and how to understand that. And it is by relying on this outer support that then we can, in dependence and reliance upon that outer mandala, that we can help to give rise to practice where we have not yet developed it, to cultivate practice, and also to help to increase the practice where it has already been developed. It's a great support and benefit for the inner practice of our mind, this outer mandala. Traditionally, a complete mandala, this outer sort of offering space, a complete mandala is actually a real mandala, literally, a shrine that is built in the shape of a celestial mansion and pure realm with 4 doors, and inside with thrones and so forth. It's a full and complete, very elaborate, to-scale form of the pure realms and celestial mansions and so forth. And within that, then there's a place for making offerings and whatnot. And that is what is used, for instance, for what we call a drupchud, a short, intensive retreat practice, or a drupchen, a longer, more strict, intensive group retreat practice and so forth, or even in certain forms of private retreat. And it is very powerful. And by relying on that, we can actually access spiritual accomplishments within our mind. It's a very powerful source for spiritual accomplishments, an outer support that is hugely effective on our inner practice and understanding. Now, that also is not what we're talking about tonight, per se, in that what we do on a daily basis and what we set up, we call it a shrine, but it is more an approximation of the traditional mandala in its elaboration. And so what they call it in Tibetan is chisham, which means a place for making offerings. And that's what we call in English a shrine. And it's what we use. It's not the full mandala in all of its elaboration, but it's something that we use as a supportive circumstance for working with our mind through making these outer offerings and setting it up as we do. And so Rinpoche said, then what I'm talking tonight is more the sort of ordinary daily shrine that we would place in our own homes and use as a support for practice. Also?
조우데 드니 가침보드 가레 요레제남 초심 시삭 데라랑랑 소수 드니 땅복 지스든 예보 직드니 디지암 토라고 임바 직드니 하정 토 많이 난 데컨도다 옛나야 가히 그 사그 단 오마 그 땅라더니 초심도 비작해요레 뜨있나 드니 곡송 툭섬 탐쳤다 상기당 주당 겐든 탐쳤다 랑랑 소수 꺄뷰리 임비셔나네 디지 마트도 그래 디셔나네 드니 야티지 드님 토야나나 대지암 토살라더니 비작거래 대락강 텁텁기 고니는 단 역보치 그랑랑 소수 상그 짠니는 드니 지금 초심 시사 역보치 짠니 드니 대라더니 회나 갸뷰르라고 용칸 비나양 듣거래 회나 드니 방름라고 드니 잡니 용칸 드니 드니 야 짠니 드니라고 직드니 비나양 드니 듣근도 드니 디 땅라더니 직짠니 구친 드니 구 역보 드니 초심 시사당 대적 탐체 그 역보 직드니 겐 드니 지 리스텐 대타부 지 역보 드니 구 탐체 약 장마임바 드니 지 역보 지 겐 드니 다티 테 드니 소 리스텐다부 직드니 요구 khyo래 영나네 드니랑나 소수 회나가 소 가리라 근데 회나 북셰드 나본도가 북쉘프 그래
Bookshelf taken
드니 북쉘프 제노와 디 드니 나오 그나라 드니 비그나양 드니 샴탕직 드니 요요레 어떠니 해서 어쨌든지 지고래 샴사
Awesome. So then a few very practical elements to a shrine. The first is the height of the shrine. I've seen a lot of people have it kind of like low and sometimes even lower than their bed or lower than their seat, and generally that is not a good way to put a shrine. We want them to be higher up. And the reason for this is that it is a representation, it's holding the representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind, and what we rely upon for our practice and refuge. And so since it's an object of that, then it should be not made in a low place or put on the floor, but actually higher than other things in the room as a sense of a source of reverence or respect. So that's one of the, just a practical note there about the height of the shrine should always be higher than our seat, and more so than other things in the room as well. Then oftentimes people actually build a shrine with wood, and it's set up very nicely, so it has a kind of a shelf in the front where you can put the offerings and say statue and so forth, and then it has a back, and that back also may have some shelving where you can place objects at various levels. And so one might actually make a special shrine. There's a kind of a, I can't remember what it's called in English. Sometimes you can, there's actually, it's not a bookshelf, but the first thing that Rinpoche was describing, there's some kind of Western furniture that very much fits that description. I can't remember the name. Something. It has like a front where you can place things, and then it has a back with shelves that goes up behind it. Kind of like those TV things that we have, actually. Those work really well. A cabinet system. Anyhow, you want a place to make the offerings and a place to set the representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind, and so forth. And then it's nice if you can cover it with some kind of very pretty cloth, some nice quality cloth or silk or something. Because what we want is a nice basis for making the offerings, for placing these representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind. So I'm just talking about a basis here. Some people do use a bookshelf. Rinpoche said that's okay. It does work, depending on the bookshelf and so forth. But the first thing that you need is a basis for placing the shrine. And so some kind of shelf, some kind of shrine building made of wood and so forth to hold it is the first thing.
The
other thing is not to put it at the end of our bed where our feet go, like we don't want to be sleeping with our feet towards the shrine. That's also a not good placement, and if it's in our bedroom. So to the right or left is okay, but just like right there, so that the foot of our bed is directly at the shrine, it's not good. So it depends on the shape of the room and where you're putting it. Then more towards the head, to the right or to the left, or towards the head of the bed, so that it's not, or we're not lying with our feet facing the shrine if it happens to be in our bedroom.
다 고송 툭된 때라는 더니 꿀땐 가리레제나는 상기 탐체 그 꿀땐 꾼라당 즉 탕가당 아니 더니 픽처 당섬 대토 옛날더니 꿀땐데 저 더니 꿀땐제래 다 꿀땐 그 능라는 더니 시르당 그디 양마나 꾼다직 양마나 탕가직 인직 맨니 더니 상디 혈캐트 비꼰다도 조직더니 요거래 즉 요마당 탑메 반다고 직더니 책요래 조도 요나 빼마 가리디나 가투 직든 딩캄 그 가투 믹서 그 가투 드니 워크 카르발라 슌송위네 더니 상기데 가투 몰라 당상 추직 냠스 랭케요 바데 상디 혈캐트 비추래 딥셔나네 상디 탐칠리 경네 더니 콩라 더니 가좀 데와 믹서 바 직더니 요래 더니 상디 혈캐트 발라 딥셔나네 더니 상디 혈캐트 비 티 콘라당 든
다보치 저기 작당
대대고문도 더니 상디 혈캐트 바직더니 요거래 우지나 요나 콘라직 요나 우마라 비그나 득제 조원다고 직작거래 더니 티 영나네 더니 상디 혈캐트 비 탕가직 요나요 더니 득한도 갸블로라 탕가직 요나 대타부터니 상디 혈캐트 비 콘라더니 메트 모롱와리 더니 코텐 제케요래 대토 다더니 상디 혈캐트 비 디지라 더니 구르rum보 첸다고 옛나네 더니 상디 혈캐트 비 지라네 흥악거더니 톰박 조우데더니 구르rum보 첸더니 원숨 집션데 딥셔나네 더니 더니 구르rum보 첸당 더니 라나 소수회나 돌마 당나 더니 제가 dorje sanhwa la sokpa tani kare tani rana sosu tani do payo pate tak thamche te jigna yang tani dikhenduk nangla tani skurten zat tani re skurten zere tevjen do songten zate kare re zena ngachu kalagwam chik tani ngi parta tani yogo kare tani kang yin chik jigduk na tani dikhmando sangdi k song chik yona rapre tani tam chok to kirware songten la tak zo yogo wa chik la tani sangdi k song k tani kalagwam chik tani yogo re 마보회나 관주당 단줄 나초 본니 삼노당나 카힐라나 더니 관주 차창마더니 요래더니 상지그 송 차창마 요래 카히 그 샹그나라 더니 요래 대빈터나 더니 대문나나 더니 고rum보치 송당나 너나 몽그 기우 담바 할리바테 추송 더니 조우 인고 그래 그래 더니 디지라 더니 라나 소수 더니 잔기 더니 기우 담비 대stanchu jignayan dikreta ta so yakhute tani kangrono jigna dikmanduk tep kang yin jigdugna tani dikmarta yinnayan sangi tang ti jisunjupina tani lokon tam chanit tang dam bate tak tam chek song te tani yap gogu kare tabjak tani tek song tenze devjin de tukten jibate teore tani tukten jibate ta tukten jibate kare zekhore zenane tukten jibate 초ten 라테님 툭ten 제켜를 나투디 낀콜 카나 라테님 초ten 치기요 더니 텔라테니 툭ten 제켜를 툭ten 카르테 마토 코모테니 회나 저르부 당나 도르제 당나 다 대초 있나요 더니 곡송 툭ten 그 탐체 창요비더니 땐라양 더니 로그레 저르부 당 도르제 카르 다 텔라속바 탐다 더니 다우레 대초 곡송 툭ten 제나 대초 제켜를 제
So then the primary things that we put on the shrine are representations of enlightened body, of enlightened speech, and enlightened mind. And we want our shrine to have the three representations. So the first of these of enlightened body would be then either a statue, a tanka, which is a traditional painting, or a picture. And so then those are the three sort of ways of representing enlightened body. But the primary figure that we want, the one sort of indispensable figure on the shrine that should always be there is the Buddha Shakyamuni. At least a statue of the Buddha Shakyamuni or a tanka of the Buddha Shakyamuni. The primary one is the Buddha Shakyamuni because the Buddha is the source from which all of the teachings in this entire path and lineage come from. He is the Buddha who taught in this era, and we are students of the Buddha's teachings. And so then as a Dharma practitioner, we are practicing the Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings. And so the primary representation that we want is the Buddha Shakyamuni. And then if you have other Buddhas, other enlightened beings that you have connection with, to also put those there is fine. But if you have, for instance, the statue of the Buddha Shakyamuni should be the central figure. Or if not, the statue of the Buddha Shakyamuni, a tanka behind of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Very important. So of all the different enlightened beings that we could represent there on the shrine, then I feel very strongly that the indispensable one, that is the most important factor that we make sure to get for our shrine, is a representation of the Buddha Shakyamuni. And then, for instance, another important one, if we're going to look further, then would be like Guru Rinpoche. And that is because Guru Rinpoche is the primary teacher of the secret mantrayana that we practice in the source. Then of those teachings, he actually came and taught those directly within our world and so forth. And then, for instance, any other particular deity that you might have a connection with, if you have a connection with Tara, a female Buddha, or if you have a connection with Vajrasattva, whatever it is that you connect with and have a relationship with and want to set on the shrine. Whatever those would be, then would be the representation of enlightened form, which is one of the three that is necessary for our shrine. The second is a representation of enlightened speech. And it's good if you can get a text of the ancient scriptures, not just any book on Dharma, not just anybody talking about Dharma, but the ancient scriptures, ideally one of the texts that is a teaching that was given by the Buddha that has been recorded. The traditional sort of volumes of text, they talk about the Kangyur, the whole canonical works of the Buddha, and the Tengyur, which are many, many, many scriptures. And some people and most temples will have all of these above the shrine there. But even if it's just one text of the Buddha's teachings, or if not the Buddha, then of Guru Rinpoche's teachings, something that is in or Keparmendo. Something that is of either the Buddha or some of the ancient masters that taught within the Buddhist tradition, the realized masters who followed in his enlightened intent, such as Guru Rinpoche. But again, I say not just any kind of Dharma books or writings that people have come up with, but to look to make sure that it is one of the Buddhas, the enlightened masters, or one of the very qualified great teachers who followed in their footsteps. And so that text or texts that you may collect there would be the representation of enlightened speech. Then we have representation of enlightened mind. And the primary representation for that is a stupa. And Rinpoche said, we're looking at it right now. The stupa there's a small one up there. You could get them of many different sizes. But this is said to be a representation or support of the quality of enlightened mind. And so in this way we have representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind as the primary representations of what we want to place on the shrine. You could also place, for instance, a vajra and bell, which also has a symbolic meaning that represents enlightened body, speech, and mind. But these are the main things. And so when we look at making a shrine, then what we put on the shrine should be primarily these three representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind.
Tangasu tani sanji musu tani jartaku yomar tani musu tani kumanjar somatu tani tukki yondayang karayan hako yomar deepshirnana tani di tsaplana tani kurt di tsaptela sanji kui tsaptana kurten yore sanji song tsapto songten yore tukki tsapto tukten yore di nangni tani kanure mena tani kamachang mare kosong tuksum ten kamachang mare deepshirna tamche kosong tukten yakpo chiktani lago kore when a day around so when a good eye in the Pekon Chambo and have some nine of some Pechambo yore, or Rumbo Chili to Pitani, Curtin to the Tachembo Tani, Jacksam Nine, Pemati Pitani, Tachembo yore. Teni Kong Chechetani and Dickon to Coson took ten Rana Sosupe, Tachembo Yapo Jernap Sonum Sapa Kakare, some Saktop Chambo, and gave up Sakayore. Teni Corum Coant of Sam Lotana Nem, Teni Ta. Zowut sung to zore gorum kanang ni samlo tangnane sung gur tangdo when na kunra yang mabjik parim chorte yang mabjik parim sung gur tangdo when na de tani rambab jin tu bjik guna when na rambab jin to kyo pangram rawo chik rambab jin to ko song tuk ten chik bjik sa yona pangram tang bu tang tela tani when na sung ten de tani bjik sung gur ten de tham che de pangram tang bu tang la bjik tani pangram ni bi nang to ne tani kurten dang tukten param ni bi nang tani bjak tani bsina tani ndikhyore zobu te kar re jena na song kare bsini zobu yin re jena na tarta nga chu sosu chewa tham chek nyam su len sha te zobu tani ga kyap te kyur yo pa te tani sanji chu dang gen tham chek na ni zobu te kare kyur khore jena na lam nyam su lembi go ni kyap su ngomi kyap su kyur kho pa nga to kyap tam ka de chure chu de pe sta chembore tani sanji ga tanbayang chure tani sanji ga tonbayang samsamna sanji ga kong chu yin songore tonba sanji khakya tabi nga chu yin tani kerang tuti alagwam de so tani pe guba chi tangna tani nga tayin tani tonbayang tayin sanji ga tanbayang tayin dipshena tema to koma konda chik tangnam chorten chik yopa tsamchi nga chu gilla lam chik ke tabka mara ngoma pshana dipshena nak zobu tani li tango bi kyapte chuyin bibshirnane tani sobu songten te karche moyore ti konra tang tani jambi ko song tuk tanya ti tang de mabjik pa da wanga chu tani yore chu de pe mixarwa chik tani phe yore nga tani phini na tani kang tar chang tani nga chu khwana di kin khor kana la samlo tang na ne nga chu tang po tani gyablan dere sang di khakya ta pa chik jak tani di kin khor khorang tani gyap tela songten tani sanji khakya tabi tani songten de tani tarchik jak tani ngurumbochi konratang tani kwadam ma tani choten chinga chu jak tani phio o tani namjin phini koksong tukten cha changma yona yakpo reze
Ningan se tani chu gyabla jak bring pangring me ba gimsen re lamna ding de
yeah
so we don't have the opportunity to directly meet with the Buddha, nor to hear him speak, nor to see or recognize meet with his mind directly at this point. So these are all representations of enlightened body, of enlightened speech, and enlightened mind that we can come in contact and make connection to. And if our shrine is missing in any of these, then it's not complete. We don't have the full representation of the Buddha, of his speech, mind, and of his body that we rely upon. And so then we create these as a sort of a instead of, or as a support, what do you call that, when something, a substitute for them. And to the degree that we make this, to that degree we are gathering merit, virtue, and so forth, and making a deeper connection. And so it isn't. It's a good thing to go out and buy a very nice statue. To have these qualities represented in a good way, to have something that is made of jewels, that is precious, that is benefit. The more that the nicer it is, the greater value it is, there's that much more benefit for us as practitioners in our process of accumulating, gathering the accumulations and so forth. It's different. And so that it is important, that it is beautiful, that it's nice is a good thing, and it's an important thing. As far as how we should set the things on our shrine, the speech, the words of the Buddha, as are represented in the texts, are the most important. So, in fact, we would never put a statue on top of a text, nor would we put a stupa on top of the text. We consider the words of the Buddha to be the most important aspect. And so if you look at a traditional shrine that's been built with wood and so forth, the texts are always at the top. And so you'd always put them, if you have like a shelf, you'd always put the text above everything else on the top of the shelf, not on the bottom. Or if you've made the shrine thing for it, you'd put the text on the highest place. And then that would be like the highest tier. And then the next tier or section of the shrine would be the representations of enlightened mind. And then the next tier would be that of enlightened speech. konto chachik bayang ina digidwa.
Yeah.
Or if we don't have that many layers, then we could put the enlightened the representation of body and mind, as you can see here, together on the same tier. So, why is the speech considered the most important? Because it is what we, as ordinary sentient beings, practice. It is the true refuge in that when we practice it, we are protected. It directly protects us from suffering. And so of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, then it is the Dharma that we practice. It is the Dharma that we apply to our mind and transform our experience and are protected from suffering and changes our mind. And so then it is the teachings that the Buddha taught that culminate in that fruition. And the Buddha himself then, as the teacher of the Dharma, sometimes he said, I am the Dharma. My qualities are reflected in the Dharma. Even if I wasn't here in this world, the Dharma is my representation. The Dharma is my substitute, so to speak. It stands for me because it is what practices that brings this fruition. And so then we don't tame our mind by seeing a statue nor of a stupa and so forth. That doesn't arise to us as the path. It's supportive, but it's not the primary factor. But the speech is the primary factor. It's the Dharma that we practice that is that support. And for that reason, then, even though we have representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind, then the speech is considered the highest or most exalted, or we wouldn't put anything else on top of it. And so in this way you can see here in the mandala, the shrine that we've set up here today, then this doesn't have tiers. So it doesn't have the shelves, so then we put the Buddha, the statue or the tanka of the Buddha Shakyamuni behind, hanging in the back. And then behind the actual text, behind the Buddha, the statue of the Guru Rinpoche are the two texts, the volumes that we put here. Now, ordinarily we have them up on shelves. That was built in a specific way, or on the top shelf. But if you don't have a shelf on your shrine, then putting it in back is the same as to say it's putting it above. So that's why we put the text there. And then you see then there's the another representation of enlightened form, Guru Rinpoche's statue, and next to that then the stupa, the representation of enlightened mind. And the main thing again is that all three are represented here, of body, speech, and mind. They're all here on this shrine, these three representations. And so it is a complete and full shrine. Also?
Oh yeah, tere. Tani tati kusong tukten tamche te yot sarni zong te khwena tangka chikina tani tangachu ramni chikshe gokore ramni chikshe pershet patelana tambo tani zonjuk jipate yogore zonjuk zena sangi tamchi ki tani zongnak tani tetak tamchi ki nyangpo dawo te tani shngak mapo chik yore korang tani luktor tang tambi goni tani satang damba chik tani zonjuk tamche te tambo yakpo chik tani zo tani zonjuk tamche te satang damba chik nangla vyak kunda tamche ka nangla tani vyak gokore kunda tam choten tam che kanala tani zonjuk jak tebjin to ta alagam kanala zonjuk jak za chik yomar tani thangka dawo yana ne jablok la tani yeke oma hong ke yeke tra tani mazad na
so or lame
tani mar tani lama chik tani yeke tra oma hong som yeke tra ta dong ti tang la ta rong kha khi tra ya yore te sop tina yang dekre teb tani ne tani te zonjuk tsapre tani tela ramni phe go khore nga cha kare dina tambo tani tamchet tani kosong tuk tamchet ti ten tamchet la zonjuk tbjak tani zonjuk tbjak sawi la tar kosong tuk ten de ramni phe gore raguni zena kare zekhi ore zena ne choka ka goni ne tani drip ni khona mixer ka thomo man bi choka yore tani tandi kosong tuk ten tamchet ramni phe ke choka chik yore ti goni ne tani ndomban don ni ne tani sangi shuk jujang ramjam nabjupi tani sangi tam shangchup san khwa thamchet tani ndomba ti goni tani shandin phini ndinki nam kala tangwo shandin phegore ti jila na tani ndinki nam kala shandin phini tela tru sangi thamchela tru sorup shepam chopa phorwa tani yanlak danbim chopa phorwa lasok pa tani mambo chikphet dina tani Di Jilane, Teni, Sangi dans Chancho San Juan Tamchen, Dinki Nam Kala Yopa Tamchet, Cousson took ten lap Tumjekio. Teni Sangi dans Chancho San Juan Tamchet, Nambajan the Kirdoko, when as Choten lap Tambirni Kamna, Tenim Choten Nambajan the Kur. Konda lap Tambirni Kamna, Konda Kan in Nati Nambajan yet to Teni Sangi dans Chancho San Juan Tamchet the Kur. Teni Son in Nana, Teni Sangi dans Chancho San Juan Tamchet, Son Nambajan the Kurdo. Lama chikatani ramni shenkan himkan yakpo chi hakomkan matoko marang tagaching don tani niz ryugjir nizm chojir patsam chitani ramni kasalan dogomara tani khora luktor tang danbi tani chatang dambam chanitang damba chik tani ramni tang chi pa yakpo chik tani shejak ko kare tupshina tani tu teni zonte sandir muk tani shkotang sandir muk son tang sandir muk tuk tang tani chapar me patawo chik tani yore shenlap Deep Shernatani to Tetango Carchemborese.
So once we've gathered these representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind, then the next thing that we need is to have them consecrated. And we actually talk about filling the statues and the stupas and so forth with specific, what they call in Tibetan, zungjuk, which is special substances, in particular special mantras that are representations of the kind of heart essence of the enlightenment and so forth. And so there's a specific tradition in which these are filled and specific mantras and specific prayers that are done. And so, for instance, then a statue would be filled in a very specific way with these, and a stupa would be filled in a very specific way. The texts themselves don't need any kind of filling or anything like that. The tankas, the pictures represented there, the paintings and so forth, then should a lama that knows how to write and to concentrate should, for instance, put the syllables of enlightened body, speech, and mind, Om, Ahung, and other certain mantras depending on the tanka, paint them on the back in specific places, and that's instead of actually filling it with something, is just not possible. And so there's a specific way of consecrating them. And so all of the representations that are on our shrine of enlightened body, speech, and mind should be consecrated in a very specific way after we've gathered them. And so the word consecration actually has the sense of excellent place in which then enlightened body, speech, and mind can abide. It actually just says excellent abiding, but it doesn't make sense in English when you say that by itself. And so there's a specific ceremony that's done and a specific way in which they're consecrated, and prayers that are done involving the invitation, first certain prayers of invitation to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, so wherever they are throughout the 10 directions, and imagining then that they're invited and that they come, and in front of them then making offering, cleansing the substances and the different things that we have, the representations, making offerings, purifying obscurations, gathering accumulations, engaging in the prayers of the 7 branches and so forth. And at the conclusion of the ceremony, then imagining that then all of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dissolve into the representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind that we have and become inseparable with them. And that's what's called consecration or blessing. They say the word in Tibetan, rab ne, means excellent abiding. So rab means like the most best way that they could stay, and abiding, ne, has a sense of staying. That then once that's happened until they disintegrate, until they're destroyed by the 4 elements and so forth, then until they disintegrate, then that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas abide within them. Through that power of consecration, then they take the form of the stupa, they take the form of the statue, they take the form of the texts and so forth, and so that they're actually, it's being held, that enlightened energy of body, speech, and mind is being held and inseparable with actual enlightened beings. Namba gyur, yeah, take the form of Ngigurson. And so then again, this isn't something that's just kind of done willy-nilly without any skill or any understanding, where one throws around rice and says a few prayers, but it's a very specific form of consecration and very specific way in which prayers are done and so forth. And from that moment on, then, the way in which we relate to those objects that we place on the shrine are as if the Buddha that is the Buddha's actual form, that is the Buddha's actual speech, that is the Buddha's actual mind, and that there is no difference whatsoever. And so that is important, that process of consecration, of blessing the shrine in that way. So?
Oh yeah, when you take out any courson took the Neo, Tanit Tandamba Yakpochio, Deni, Zonjuk Tanit Tandamba Chigio, Tango Garakona Yapochi, Tamche Yapochi, Teniba Zonjuk Yapo Tadanchi, Teni Samba Ramni Tadanchio, Tate Taushi Tanib Zontetani Yapochak, Tatani Tingan Telatani Atum Chopapsham, Zenitani Namga. Marata Namalago Mandutin, Chosham Teto, Teni Zekiore. Tandi Nanga Tonte Kare Yore Zena. Teni Di Nangla, Teni when I'm Choyun, Japsel, Metok, Duku, Marme, Techap, Jarzi, Rolmo. Zeni Teto, Teni Chopa Provada Tetore. Teni Teto teni zowu nga tu ndi nang la fiam yo pa te teto teni fiam khyo re ka tu yin na chen khor chik chosham chik yo na di nang la teni chik fiam khyo pa te zowu teto teni fiam khyo re di zi te tak tham che teni chik fiam hi hi me pa tang chik teni chik yo na ne teni chimshot teni fiam na yang teni ndikhen duk tan ndikna tham che yagi tham che tan zum yo na yakpo yo re te yang teni tangbo ngoma te la teni Choyun Japsel Nika Zeni Teni Chikni Yakore. The Choyun Tang Japsel Nika Chire. Teni Karansukai Lando in Chikim Choyun Tang Japsel Nika.
Water for drinking, water for bathing.
Choyun Chi, Japsel Chi. Choyun Japsel Nikare. Teni Metok Teni Yore Tatangatum Richik Tangla, Yana Chiganala Yam Yakore. Teni chik tang la ne teni metok chik teni vyakyo pa tere metok duku zayate fu chik teni vyakyo re fu teng ten mri tang teni ke nang la teni duku zay metok duku teni marme ji pa te teni tate marme re metok duku marme trechap re teni trepsang ke chap teni tere ti nang la teni trepsang yong kani na yakpo yo re trechap zay re Tebchen Tona Tani Meto to command Metachap Jarzi Zere, Shertang Ato, Dini Kalanda, which is Jakioreta, Ngoma Shana, Shertanga Tani Ato Chik Torma Tani Jani Nevjaya Yore, Yangana Hunk of Jukiopa, Tani Dictorma, Tani Yore, Timala Jarzi Zekiore, Hunk of Jukiopa, Tani Yonape, Tani Yapoyore, Jarzi. Teni rolmo zere, teni rolmo jibate ngatu teni di nangla magi ogla teni tongkat nere chong chong chik vijagyo, yang mana chalang sarnyin teni vijagna yang teni chong chong yokwet, teni dawo chik teni magi densir chik nangla, tep chik nangla teni vijagna yang teni ndikhanduk, o teni fini yoreze.
So, and you'll probably want to be looking at the shrine actually, Eric, if you can zero it in on the offerings, the offering bowls. So then we've got the shrine itself, we've gathered the representations of enlightened body, speech, and mind, and then we filled them with the prerequisite substances and so forth, zongjuk is what it's called, and then had them blessed or consecrated. So then once that's complete, then we have the actual process of making offerings to that shrine. And so the traditional offerings is of the different senses. They're called the sense offerings. And we have water for drinking, water for bathing. Then we have flowers, incense, butter lamps, scented waters, food, and music. So there's 8 in total. And we'll go over those again, don't worry. And so if we... can you... Okay. No, di kierna do tubida. Yeah. Okay. If we don't know how, or we can't make those kinds of offerings, then we would just do the water bowls, which is just water, 7 water bowls. But if we do, then we would make the traditional offerings, which start, the first one is water, the first 2 are water. So the first water is water that is representing of what we drink, water for drinking. And the second one is water for bathing. So it has a sense of cool and clean, pure water. The third one that we have is a flower. If you have a flake flower that you just leave all the time, or if you have real flowers, you could put a real flower there. If it's a fake flower, you definitely want it on rice. If it's a real flower, if you're switching it out every day, you could put it on rice, or you could put it in water. So this has an option of being water with a flower floating on top, which is very pretty, or rice. The next one, the fourth one we have here is incense. Kind of made it look neat. But you could just put 2 sticks of incense sticking up if you want it simple like that. The fifth, if you have 8 water bowls, you could actually put the butter lamp in a water bowl. Like set it on top of a bowl with rice in it. Or you could set it like this, how we have it. The sixth here is called scented waters. And so it has a scent, it's sweet scents, the tactile sensation of scents. So if you can put like some kind of sweet perfume, or you have something that you buy and you put a drop of essence, flower essence, or something sweet, or even, what's that yellow stuff, saffron or something. So it has it's supposed to be sweetly, it kind of has a scent. The seventh is food. And you could put like a piece of food, an apple or something. Traditionally, this is a little torma called a gelze. And if you know how to make a torma, which is a little dough sort of thing, you wouldn't know it if you don't know it. If you do, it's called it's a gelze. And you would put it right there. And that you can make those on a daily basis or weekly basis. You can even get permanent ones that are made out of wood and stuff like that. And they also have some that are made from barley. The grains.
No.
Nay. Barley.
No.
Nay.
Kare?
Nay. Barley.
No.
No.
Silver.
Wool.
Yeah.
Silver. Oh. You could also have, sometimes you can buy gelzes, these little food offering tormas that are made of metal or silver. Okay. So, and then the eighth is, you can't really see it because it's crystal, but it's music. So it's a representation of sound, or pleasant sound. And so oftentimes people will put a conch shell. You could actually have a real shell there, like a small conch shell. This happens to be, we didn't have that right here. We have a crystal one. But a kind of conch shell. Or you could also have, sometimes there are miniature little musical instruments like cymbals or something. But it should be something that fits on top of the water bowls. So Rinpoche said, if you have the gumption, and you get it, and you want to offer like this on a daily basis, this would be how you offer the sense offerings to the shrine. If you don't, then the simpler, less elaborate version is water, or nicha. Or you can do both if you're really inspired. There's definitely nothing wrong with doing both. But, so there's your shrine. Should I go sit down?
No.
No. Okay. So, when you make them, you want to do, when you set them out, should I do one? Should I do it? Yeah, okay. So Rinpoche is going to show how to do the offerings. You would have, ideally, you have a cloth, which we don't have right here, but that's okay. You'd have a cloth, and you'd have a water pitcher that you just keep underneath your shrine or in some kind of drawer. And at the end, the Nyindang Ten Jugma, the Tangbo Ngamula. Yeah. So, in the morning, before you do your practice, you'd set it out. In the evening, before you go to bed, you would put it away. So I'm going to put it away really quickly, just because I don't have a cloth here. Normally, you'd like to make these nice and clean. You'd clean them out with a cloth. So let's imagine. Can I say something right here? Somebody didn't know that you can put these. Some people are asking me about these. When you're moving them around or cleaning, you can put them inside each other. It's basically intuitive thing. The shrine is really intuitive. So let's imagine
Okay.
That these were dried and they were set nicely all night long, just like this. This is a great way to set them at night. So let's just imagine that they were like that. Is that being seen on the computer? So do you know why you would set it like that in the nighttime? Because at night, even though you wipe them out, they're probably wet and they dry. It's really logical. Same with these ones. You would just turn them over if you're emptying out just a couple of them.
Yeah, tani di nangni khwena ka yagi ngoma nangni yagi nangni khwena metok tang dukhu tang yazi tang rormo teto mare me dukhu do yazi ro teto tani nyama khaki ngona jena.
For instance, these ones don't have to be the flour might last a couple days. The incense could last a few days. The butter lamp you'll probably have to do on a daily basis. But the food can last a few days, and this obviously is permanent. So at night you might just be putting away the water. It may be that you want to refresh all of them. You do on occasion definitely refresh them, but then it's a little different. Okay. So now in the morning, Okay, so I'm just going to do it because everyone does it differently. I'm going to do it as Rinpoche tells me what to do. So you always start at the right.
No,
this is the right of the shrine. Whenever you're talking about a shrine and you say the right, you're talking about the shrine's right. When you're facing it, it's your left, but it's the shrine's right. So when I'm saying you start at the right, you're talking about the shrine's right, to the right of the shrine. So you always start to the right of the shrine. Okay. You want just a little bit of space in between the bowls, and you want them to be in a straight line. And aesthetically, it's nice if they're in the middle of the shrine. So, there you go.
Oh yeah, then from
the right of the shrine to its left, which is opposite again when you're facing it. As far as did I spill? Okay.
Oh yeah,
So when you put the offerings on, you start at the right of the shrine, going to the left in the morning. Then at night, when you're putting it away, you come back the opposite direction. You start to the left of the shrine, which is your right, but you start from here, and you pour it out one by one, starting from there, going this way.
Oh yeah,
then
don't fill
it to the brim like I did. Because otherwise you make a mess. So you should have a little bit at the top, and they should all be the same. You want the same amount of water in each water bowl.
Then
you could think of the space in between each of these, but with this size water bowl, the space should be about as wide as a piece of rice.
Piece of rice.
Rice.
Oh,
a grain of rice. Sorry, not a piece. A grain.
Oh yeah.
So then. So like a piece of rice could fit in between. I got it too close in a couple of those places. So who are we offering this to? To the Buddha, the representations of Buddha's body, speech, and mind. And we should think that we're actually making offerings to the Buddha's body, speech, and mind, to an enlightened being that's right there, that it's the same. So, then, water for drinking, water for bathing.
상지당 상주생화 탐책 그랬더니
And we think then that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that were making
더니 대덕 탐책이
offerings to them
더니 대덕 탐책람 초크요로 반다른 밥주는
for
메토
these
초유는
functions.
잡살제
And then each of these,
더니 회나 메토
And then the
룸발라
flower
풀왔다고 또 메토
that we
통화더니
imagine that
룸발라
we're offering them like leis, like garlands of flowers to
더니
ornament their
회나
necks.
네성
And the incense is for their,
효과
we're thinking then for their nose.
더니 thinking their nose 되나? Offering
To the
nose.
nose.
We thinking nose, what the meaning, I don't know.
Offering to
My
the
English
nose.
is really not really bad, but I understand sometimes you begin misunderstand, and then I know that time I need to correct you.
Okay,
And then,
and then the butter lamp.
butter lamp
We're
says that
thinking
the
offering to the eyes.
Tani
And
gap
the
tani
scented water.
Yeah.
We're thinking of anointing their body with sweet scents,
Yeah, perfume.
like perfume. That's why
Perfume.
they say perfumed water is sometimes the translation of that. And then
You cannot offering. You cannot offering makeups. I'm joking.
okay, Rinpoche
I'm
then.
teasing. And then, tani jazi te tani
Then we have the
zaya
jauze, the
tapda
food, which is, or the offering torma. So it's we're offering something to eat.
Jalla tani chopa
We're offering to their mouth
Solya ke cheto.
to
Tani
eat.
tani
And
ror
the
mo te tani
music
nyan la tani.
is to listen, to hear sweet sounds. So it's the
Tani-
sense offerings.
Te tondak tani yo. Yin na yang.
However,
너 ngachuta 너
We
xian
might-
dong na ma bo yore ndo ke ndo tamche de ni la jurni ndam chong khi yore.
so in one way, this is just, we have what we
Machu
offer
ten chigre, ten.
as a support, and we should imagine that it is transformed into a much greater offering. That this is just a representation of the whole offering that we're making.
Oya tani ndo tani
So-
mikpa ka go ni tani
we
jurni
visualize, we
Tani tangan
imagine that
zinti goni.
this, through the power of our meditative absorption,
tani ha lip
that
ma bo
this
tani
manifests as a huge abundance billowing forth of all kinds of
Nam sa nam
offerings
ka tam
of
che kang
the
do ba tani tur
senses,
chukyo.
filling up all of space.
yin na yang ya da te so lab go manduk tani.
So, anyhow, we don't need to talk too much about all of that, but this is the basic shrine.
tani rang so su tani chopa ta tani fyam.
So we make the offerings, and if we can, if you know the 7-line prayers, you could say the 7-line prayer as an invitation. And then following that, then the 7 branches supplication prayer, like we do at the beginning of the teachings, that would be an appropriate offering prayer to do. There are certain specific mantras that are done. If you know them, you can do them. If you don't, it's okay. And so you would recite those if you know them, those special offering prayers at this point. And mantras. Oh, and then the Dumba Madra.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a second. Let's back up. So you offer to the shrine, then you would make 3 prostrations to the shrine, and then you would say the offering prayers and the mantras and so forth that you might know or want to do at that point. Also, that's it. Okay, so I'll sit down now. So of course the actual meaning, the symbolic meaning here, we could go on for each offering. There's a huge amount of meaning that is behind it. But we don't have enough time here, and also I think that this is enough. It doesn't need to have all of that elaborate explanation. Then every day, when you set out the shrine in the morning, after make sure you wash your hands first. You want it to be very clean and pure. So be clean about it. Wash your hands, make the offerings. And then of course you go about your day, you go to work and stuff like that. Of course if you have time you can do practice in front of the shrine. It's very helpful to have a shrine for practice. Because the mind, it sort of helps hold the mind. It brings a sort of a context or an environment that's supportive for the practice of the mind.
tani zo sanji dam shan chu sen kha tham chelan chopa phor ni rang ko chok jok de ba ta
then also in making offerings in this way, we're to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, we're gathering and perfecting the accumulations of merit, and we're purifying obscurations, and so it's a part of that process.
tani rang ko tani di ken khol kam dal la ti jin dugni pyan den don tani yan lak dam ban don tani she pir ni kamna rang ko sam ki ma khapi ma bo tur ni nan da tak tham che tap tur ni nam sa war nang tham che kang du pan da wo chi tur ni sanji dam shan chu sen wa tham che tani chopa phor song sam phor kyo sam na rang ko yi ki tur wi go ni oyam chopa phor na musum chopa phor wa tan cha par me song re kare din nan dom bak zo re zo chu tham che tap sam ba dom ba te la thuk re di she na na tani tek zo wo tani dom ba thuk pa in bi she na yi ki tur wi go ni chang na rang chopa chinu chik tani phor na pe ma ki pi yak po yo re zere when kundu zang bum chotan ta wo tani tur go re zere kare zena ngam ma shang chu san hwa kundu zang po ze chik yo re shang chu san hwa kundu zang that's not tani sam chul ku kundu zang po ba te shang chu san hwa kundu zang po khong kum chopa phor tang ka re zena rang thukani ozer sam ki me khapi ma po tu when nimi ozer tawo ha li pi chang me pap tu ni ozer reri tela yang tani kundu zang po kho rang dawo tani sam ki me khap ozer reri tela na rere tani khong kup tur tani yang ti thukani ozer sam ki me khapa nimi ozer tawo chik tani tu ni tani te tuk reri tela yang tani kundu zang po rere tu tani te reri tani tela yang tani mara kundu zang po thukani ozer tu ni tani shini thame pi war to ton ro khore kare dinar gyahali pa che khore tu soni tham che ketani shekla na when ndi metok dukhu mar me teche bya ziror mola sok pa tham che tu zoni tham chella tani sangi dam shan chu sen ha tham chelam chopa por yo samni ndi chopa sham yo pate hamikten tam chige ti tangla tani rang so su zon thab nyamnen tu chod yona yanlag dam bandun bi nikamna ti tani rang so su omigrum tani zoni na tani chopa partang tani china na rang musu tani chopa partang sonam thop sone kare jinan dombak to chewa im bi sherte zo sem dok to chewa im bi shena sem ji goni tur ni porna chik pa in sore ti sherna na tani kundu zambum choten tawo chik tani tur ma hina ya na tani nga chu tani muba ga goni chik kan thap thap dawo shina shet thamna yak po yo re je
So then we make the offerings and we do the invitation and we recite the 7 branches of supplication and offering. And so as we're reciting that prayer, we should be imagining that all of space is just filled with all of these offerings, a great firmament of offerings just billowing forth, offering clouds. They say that the imagined and mentally created offerings that we visualize are just as potent and powerful as the actual offerings that we make. And so it's the same as if we actually made all of those offerings when we imagine them billowing forth. And that is because the primary factor here is our intention. The mind and the intention is the primary factor. And with Dharma, that is always the case. And so here, if we have this great, vast mind, and we're imagining all kinds of offerings billowing forth, then it's extremely powerful. Some of you may be familiar, they talk about Samantabhadra's offering clouds. And we're not talking about the Dharmakaya Samantabhadra, the original Buddha, or primordial Buddha. We're talking about the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. And it had to do with the way in which he made offerings. And so he imagined that from his heart, that infinite light rays, as many light rays as the sun, that they radiated forth. And on the tip of each light ray, then he imagined that he himself emanated out. And that from each of the heart of those emanations, then that from their heart, infinite light rays radiated out with further emanations of Samantabhadra. And from each of their heart, then further emanated out again infinitely, each one of Samantabhadra. And so you can imagine that's really big, huge, vast. And in each of his hands, he imagined that he was, with each of those emanations and re-emanations and so forth, billowing forth, that he was carrying all possible offerings of the sense pleasures of water for drinking, bathing, flowers, incense, food, scented waters, candle, butter lamps, and music and so forth, of just infinite offerings of the sense pleasures. And anything that we can imagine offering. For instance, we talk about the 8 auspicious symbols and the 7 noble articles, and just all kinds of offerings of everything auspicious and positive. And imagining offering them to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So the actually present offerings, the substances that we offer with, are merely, you could say, the support for the whole offering of which we're imagining. And so it's a support for this very infinite, vast offering. And so as you're reciting, for instance, the 7 branches of supplication, that offering prayer, then think that not just of what you're actually making an offering, but of your mind as the primary factor. And so the mind is the most important factor here. And if you can imagine all of these offerings, it's the same as actually offering them. We're making that much, we're accumulating that same kind of merit. And so then, even if we don't know how to offer, like Samantabhadra's offering clouds, to the best of our ability, just to whatever degree we're able to have this big, kind of vast mind of offerings, imagined offerings billowing forth as we're making the offerings, will be to that much greater benefit. That's all.
대마전 랑 샘 땅모 릭바 땅모 회나가 주 히럽게 와라 판톡 요송어래 더니 대비진 돈랑 그 버체세와 땅 쌈돈 드바 니급 그더니데 조용 흥아무랑 릭가 마송공고 흥을라약 보직 휘했더니 표바 탐체 버르더니 소르와랑 그 답삼낙 소르완 답답 냠낸 답셋 어떤디 희송나 더니데 대 판톡 더니게 쳔보요래제.
So on the one hand, through the offering of the shrine, we're perfecting the accumulations of merit and wisdom. We're purifying obscurations. But on the other, we can see that in making the offerings, it brings a very clear sense of mind. And in fact, it's supportive of wisdom and awareness, a clarity of mind and sharpness of mind. It's supported by that offering process. And it's helpful in removing obstacles and difficulties and in accomplishing our wishes. A long time ago,
Atisha came to Tibet almost thousands of years ago. Right now, around thousands years. And then in Tibet we have so many beautiful waters from
clean and pure
waters from mountains. And then Atisha said, "You in Tibet so lucky. You only if you offering water to the 3 jewels."
By offering water to the 3 jewels alone.
Yeah, 3 jewels alone. You can
perfect the accumulations.
Perfect accumulations. We are in India, we never have like that pure water.
Oh yeah, the water is not clean.
You understand? India water is not so clean. So then, very, very, very benefit. And then he also, always I think in his story, he said sometime always I think he doing 21 water balls always
every day.
So he said that's amazing, so like that.
So also then, so if you set up, you make the shrine in the morning before you go to work or do your daily activities. And then if you have time, of course, you can do some prayers or practice. You'll find that it's just immensely beneficial and valuable to starting out your day like that. So?
Tani gunda rang so nyamlen da yona tani gunda nyamlen mathar kawarto tani chopa makshakna tani dikhdu tani karte nyamlen shek menan tani gunda khshaknina tani ti jugla tani ngowa ta monlam chikphetana tani dikrete tachu takpar nyama rere machet pandawo shinana takpar tani per panto haliba chemborang nyamlen la yore.
So then at night, you wouldn't want to take the shrine down until you're done with whatever meditation or practice you were doing. So if you do an evening meditation, then you do that first, and then you would take down the shrine, take out the offerings. If you didn't do practice, then just before you go to bed at night, then you would end by taking out the offerings and then making prayers and aspirations and dedication and so forth. You'll find that if you do this uninterruptedly every day, that it really brings a great meaning to your practice and is of immense benefit. You'll see that there is a difference in having this as a support and doing it in this way. So?
Oh yeah, maybe tonight.
Maybe that's it for tonight.
That's it for tonight. So, the
next streaming, we are going to start a new series of teachings, which is a teaching given by the great Lord and realized Master Nagarjuna. And it's called Letter to a Friend. He wrote it's a teaching that was given to a friend of his. It was actually a king. And so he wrote in a letter of Dharma because the king didn't have a lot of time to receive teachings because he was very busy in being a king. And so Nagarjuna gave him a teaching on how to accomplish the Dharma as a household, as a house practitioner. And so that is a teaching that I feel that I would like to give over the streamings. And so we'll start that series in a month. I can't remember the dates. And we'll have all the glitches figured out from our software and whatever we're doing too. So Rinpoche made, look how nice, Rinpoche said Eric made everything here. He put it together so nicely. So I just want to thank Eric for this evening and for the shrine and the setup.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, it does. It looks very nice.
Wonderful. So,
Norman?
I see you, everybody.
Let's see you later. Let's dedicate the merit and make some aspirations. Sunam di tamche zikpa ni tomne nyebe dranam pamche ne kega na chi balon chupai sepen sole drowa drowa Kewa kundu yang balamadang Drame chugi pala long chuching Sadang lamji untai rabzone Padang lame komanyur toshoku Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever merit I've accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomena. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, and whatever kind of immense wisdom and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have. Then similarly I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. At this very moment, for the peoples and the nations of the earth, may not even the names disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. Rather may their moral conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arise for them. Konri chudu ngagir nyingma pa kado dorje dengi gyatsab je guru penme tukchu dulongi tempa zinkyong pewe wangchuk pa druptab namka gyatsen truwe ku Khentrul Lodrö T'hayé Rinpoche ba Keni kutse temper jungneni Zanlin sangye temba gedzetso Penden juwe ne chikpo Temba yunri ne padang Demba zimbe jebunam Kutse gyatsen tengyur chik Katuk baji karbulingu rakpataye Yahweh janggoy Yahweh Kontaye Jedetashi Yordatanjurchi. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night. Good night. See you next month. Or you'll see us next month. We won't see you.